Hello, my name is Adrienne Castagnola, and today we're going to talk about content governance and what we really need to know. Content strategists are the people that answer the what and why portions when we're dealing with content on the web, and the key word there is strategy. So, for talking about this, I wanted to talk about strategy and what that really means. And the definition of strategy is a plan, method, or a series of maneuvers or stratagems for obtaining a specific goal or result. Content strategy is a plan for creation, publication, and governance of useful and usable content according to the Disciplines and Content Strategies article that we read. Now, moving forward, we ask ourselves, what are our goals in creating something for the web? And a lot of questions will come up, things that we should probably be asking ourselves when thinking about who our customers are. So, what's the point? What does that mean? I don't get it. So what? Who cares? And most importantly, how do we get there? How do we move forward with our goals and furthermore, expand our opportunities? So, strategy versus strategy. Lisa Welchman defines two key elements of web strategy as establishing a set of guiding principles and formalizing authority for the web in the organization. Now, content strategy applies directly to both points, asking these questions that we just saw. What content are we creating here and why? And who is responsible for planning, creating, and maintaining it? So, jumping right in, the questions remain: how do we get started? Where do we move forward? So, a couple things that were asked here is ask questions about content right from the start. Utilize user research or personas to decide what content is needed. Answer the question, who cares? That's a persona right there on the right, taken off of the web, just as an example. Establish a key theme and messages. Carry out a content audit and gap analysis. Write a plan for creating and commissioning content. And anecdote wireframes and sitemaps to explain how both interaction and content will work. And that goes right into having a CMS, a content management system. All content that's put on the web is everything is that's on the web is content, whether it's a movie or pictures or even down to the obvious words, blogs, and information. So we want to make sure that putting our content out there with all of those things involved, we want to have the most value. We want to increase our our use our usefulness, if that makes sense. So um, collection lifestyle methodology, an outline for success is what I like to call this. While diving in, this was I found this on the minimalistic approach to content governance by John Brunsnick, and he outlined a way to move forward with a CMS and how to basically put everything together to get started and get moving on building your strategy and along with governing what is going in it. So the first objective is the request. The request, you want to define purpose and ownership. Well, that's the who and what are we trying to do here and why. Um, and then establish metrics and success criteria. That's the where we're trying to get at and how. Um, functional and technical specifications. Portal versus content specifications. That's really what they're asking here. There's always going to be functional and technical specific objections driven, and you want to dig down deep into that. And then lastly, education and time. As in any project, you need to know what commitment you are signing up for, time-wise and knowledge-based. So the second outline here is create. He says to create, which is development or create a development or a sandbox area for ability of private testing. so you want to be able to make sure you can get all the things that you need to get done. Secure, meaning leverage, um, and leverage your sandbox and leave it in there until it's absolutely ready to be viewed by others. Review or check it means review, and any errors which you may have found or may exist, you want to resolve that before it's released, and then launch. You want to get to where you're going. um, the third bucket he says here is manage and audit. And so an audit is a review of ownership. How well was it received? Make sure different groups see it. Um, the resource allocation to fix any issues, that's going to all be happening in the audit phase, and creating a timeline for problem shooting. You'll need to again manage your time and resources. Lastly, retire, which is close. If it fails, it should be removed from the porter. And basically, who the person that needs to do that is really the owner of that specific portion. And I thought this was a great quote to end this conversation with. It's, if your portal is a crucial tool for your organization, it is imperative that a solid governance framework resides on top of it. So, with that being said, I leave you with that quote because I think that it's very relevant to what you're trying to get done. So, here are some sources, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.